Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. I hope you all have wonderful plans for Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I figured since it's on the eve of this wonderful holiday, we should pay a little bit of homage to our founding fathers. We are here in Utah, and my boys are watching. Hey, my boys, love you so much. Uh, and I hope you all have a chance to spend some time with family and loved one, friends, whoever your family might be. But I think it's really important at this point to understand just a little bit about where we are with intellectual property and patents. You know, our forefathers had this wonderful idea to include it in our Constitution, and I'll get to that part in a minute. But they didn't they didn't found the concept of filing intellectual property by any means. And forgive me for reading some of this, but normally I can ad lib pretty good because I've told you things over and over again. This one's a new one for me. So patent inventing and acknowledging patent rights can be traced all the way back to ancient Greece. Archimedes' Offspring, one really good example, and hence our name, Archimedes' Offspring. We are the offspring of one of the most famous mathematicians and inventors of Western civilization. So we're rather proud of that. But in England, in 1331, all right, is some of the first documented proof of patents that were given for a one-year time frame. The first one that was 1331 was to John Kemp and his company. And by 1450, patents were pretty continuously granted in Venice area. And again, Italy, all right, we're rather proud of that. So this led then to the inception of the patent system that we now know around the world. So the English patent system is what led to the colonies being able to have patents granted. And each colony then was given its own right to grant patents. Now they were starting to do them for longer than a one-year time frame. Samuel Winston was granted the first patent in North America. And so that was back in 1641. Holy cow, that was about the time our family was landing on the shores in Massachusetts. Oh, yeah, and he's from Massachusetts. How cool is that? The first patent, as we know the system today, was issued in 1790. Now, patents, all right, the right to intellectual property, which as we came to know, was granted in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of our Constitution. And this is the part I have to read because it's got some way of wording in here that's just not normal talking points. So, to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for a limited time to authors and inventors the exclusive rights to their respective writing and discoveries. All right, so this is the way it was written into the Constitution. So it's not like they can just dissolve the patent office, the USPTO. We are granted these rights in our Constitution. All right, how cool is that? All right, so the first one went to Samuel Hopkins, and he invented a process that when it started with fertilizer, okay, it was potash, all right, which goes into fertilizers. And that was pretty cool. It was signed by George Washington. Don't you wish we all got the president to sign our patents? Some of the other early patents were on the process of making salt, all right. Some of it was candles, the wicking system. And the point I'm trying to get to is we use these regular everyday things still. How cool is that? All right. And everybody has an issue. These were average day guys that came up with things, guys that had small companies, and they came up with a new way of doing something. And so we have got a long heritage in just being the average guy and the average gal that goes up and has that aha moment and comes up with a new way of doing something. So we're getting closer now to that time of year when we all make a New Year's resolution. Why don't you make yours now? All right. Decide that the year 2020, all right, is going to be your year to get off the couch and get something done. Don't fall into one of those categories of fear that is, you don't have the money, you don't know the process, your family's not behind you, or you just don't really want to rock your boat. Come on, let's rock some boats. All right. Get some of the preliminary work done now before the end of the holidays. Get your search done so that during that New Year's resolution time, you can make a New Year's resolution that says, I am going to get a product teed up and launch it in 2020. You are following in famous footsteps. You are part of the way our world works. Our founding fathers, all right, had the forethought to put this into our Constitution as a right that we are entitled to. And I'm rather proud of that. I mean, not only do we come from a long history of inventors, it's right in our own Constitution. We have the right to invent. We have the right to protection under the Constitution. We have it for 20 years from the date of filing, which historically is what they had, 20 years to go to market and be able to make some money off of our own idea. It's time to celebrate. It's time to get off your duff. Let's get this product to market. My product, your product, everybody. New Year's resolution, 2020. Let's go to market. My name is Rita Crompton. I am president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring, and we've got heritage to be proud of. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.